And I don't know if our eyebrows are an Olympic sport yet, but maybe if we all put together and to write to the stupid Olympic commissions, maybe it can be that some eyebrow-related sports might be entered into the canon of the Olympiad. I don't know. Everything is possible. I don't see why eyebrows need to be discriminated against vis-a-vis other parts of the body. So never mind. That was a kind of non-Turkish related, but some of them do have a like quite strong eyebrow and the arched eyebrow. And amongst the Turkic peoples of Central Asia, it is also considered a mark of beauty if also the woman have this strong eyebrow, and also if she have like what is stupidly called often the monobrow, because obviously there are two brows still. It's just there is some hair between the two. Doesn't mean there's only one brow. Yes, no, like you wouldn't say you were like a cyclops with only one eye. If you have like there's obviously two eyes, so there are two eyebrows, and there's a joint in the middle because there's some hair there. This is considered in Central Asia. It is considered a mark of extreme beauty by by people. Just like in Japan, it's considered to be beautiful if you look like you're prepubescent and going along in socks over your knees. Most people would consider this a little bit kind of perverted or strange to say the least, but in Japan it's kind of normal, and in Turkey, in Turkish or Turkic land, then it's very normal to have a very strong eyebrow. So I'm kind of feeling at home in this country always for this reason. Um, People obviously remember Brezhnev as having the very strong ones, but his outlook was not as common in Russia or even Ukraine than it was here. And of course, in Ukraine, you did have, of course, many Turkic people going into the Ukraine. That's one thing they say: the Ukrainian women are the most beautiful in the world. Some people have this opinion about the Ukrainian woman. Certainly, she's one of the best at throwing the Molotov cocktail, but also some say that she's good in beauties and just being like pretty, and and you can't dismiss the idea that this is mainly because of that the Ukraine was like a crossroads between where the Turkic peoples would meet with the Slavic peoples. That was really the kind of bridge. Not only them, also others too. It was a very big crossroads because you have the steps and there is no mountings and nothing to get in the way. You can just sweep through it, or Chalishkan, that is the word for hard working. If you say somebody is Chalishkan, it means they are hard working person, and that was what's written on the building in order to make the people work hard who are in it. So Angora was another word. Angora also come from the term for Ankara, of course. It was called Angora, like the rabbits and the lambs making the different fjords from Turkey was called Angora because it comes from the fact they couldn't say Ankara properly. So there you are. I'm telling you lots of kind of nice gems of details about Turkey. Not much that we see a great deal because it's already unfortunately very just now have got a kind of yeah, you would say it was like nightfall. When the plane come down, it's still bright, in fact really bright in the eye because sun was low, but now by the time I get outside, unfortunately it's already a little bit with the darkness surroundings, but it's not a biggie, as they say in America, not a biggie, because I can go for a walk later on. I will go for the walk later on, and I will make a nice walk and a talk. I have been working too, but working is difficult to do both a lot. And it's difficult to do walking in Russia because now I'm working in Russia, so that means I also have to do my walking in Russia and try walking in Moscow in the middle of January with a very big minus, what we have had over 20 sometimes. You don't want to have a long walk then, unless you can really manage to get a because even if I pack myself up in every single seam form, of course it's like a very cold air going into the mouth, in the nose, and this after a while can give you chappy and what have you. So you don't want to do it for too long. So like maximum for me is like 5 kilometers then in such a big cold at once. Maybe I go out twice a day and get up to 10, but I really would hope that now I got a couple days here in well, it's the end of January, it's 30th today, it's 31st tomorrow, and it will not come as any big surprise to know that Saturday when I go going back is the 1st of February. So these are 3 days in which I can possibly manage well. Hopefully I will break the record, because when I came here before to Istanbul, it was so interesting for me to walk around. I also feel very good walking around. Of course it was a whole day, but I don't have a whole day. Now I got a little bit of day, and I got a little bit of day on Saturday, and I got a little bit of day after conference also tomorrow. So, and I would like to meet some of people that I met before when I came to Turkey those 6 years ago. Don't know if I can do everything, but certainly I would like, while I'm here, to actually cover 20 miles, 20 kilograms, meters, 20 kilometers on the Turkish soil with walking, actually work while I'm here, not even considering what I already got. I think I got about 2 kilometers on my pedometer. I just can check 2.7 even because of the airport walking. So by the time I'm in the flat, let's consider that it was 2.5 or maybe 2 when I actually got. Well, I know for a fact it was 2 when I got here, and the rest was walked already here. So let's say that between now and when I go back to airport, get on plane on Saturday, I would like for the sum to be of those 3 days is to be like 22, because I put 2 already as being Polish kilometers, and then I think it's something similar to what I done. But if I can really do a bit more walking, it will be very good, because I didn't manage to do in the last week or so. I didn't manage to get out much. An average for days about 3 kilometers, and I'm supposed to have 5.5 average for days, so I'm well under average. To get back up to my normals, I have to really walk a bit more. I don't want to talk a lot now, because it's possible to use up everything, whole of the nice battery, but I recently bought new battery for this creative video. Don't want to use all up, because I want to have this for showing you the real thing. But anyway, you can see the experience of there's a mosque there, a jami, as you say. They say jami. Think of going to mosque in your pajamas if you want to remember it, and if you want to get people annoyed with you, although they might not be, of course, because sometimes what they're actually wearing look a bit like pajamas. So depends what pajamas you got. So CNN is down there with their CNN Turk, their channel, and yeah, soon we will be in the. This looks quite familiar. Soon we will be. Yes, I think that was main part of the journey. Soon we will be in a Maslak, and I'll just take stuff to the room, and I will then try to go for the work. So I just want to probably have in the room, maybe only have an hour to get online just to check and see if I got an invitation, because I told the friends that I'm here, but I don't know if they manage. Fatih is Suleiman, isn't it? It means the conqueror. It means Suleiman, the conqueror. Fatih. So Textile Kent, of course, you already know from earlier, it means textile city. So did a little bit. I got to 1,000 words of Turkish, so don't think that I know a lot of it. I don't know a great deal. I cannot, one thing I know, I say I don't know a great deal, but deal means it's not. So I can say Türkçem iyi değil. It means my Turkish not good. So so there we are. And deal means it's not, as well as like a big deal. So if you get a big deal, you've got to make sure it's not, in case it's not what you think. So, okay. And so I think that's Ramada Plaza. So presumably we get into the area where there are all these hotels and what have you. And yeah, I like to go down and see some of the things I saw before when I was here, see if there's any changes, and just catch up on those sites. You know, I like to go to Taksim maybe one day, and I like to go to around the other area where is Topkapi, and where is Blue Mosque, and where is the Hagia Sophia. If I get a chance to do, because it all depends. I want to do mainly, like I say, walking in normal city, and if I see just normal way of life, it doesn't matter to not see the most biggest touristic things. That's not so big on my agenda. Big is to actually use this lovely clement plus temperatures, because for me now, this January, plus temperature is a luxury, and I just want to use it for walking in, outside. And hopefully it won't rain on me. There's not that much rain here, so it will probably be hopefully good to just have a nice walk. That's what I really want. Anyway, we even don't have a proper, it's already in queue, so it's not, I got the end of what I want to say, and so I keep this for later.